So, if you have not heard, Electronic Arts has officially lost their exclusive deal to make Star Wars games for Disney. Now, granted, they're still going to make Star Wars games for Disney and Lucasfilm, but they're just not going to have the exclusive rights to do so. And if you missed the announcement yesterday as well, Ubisoft officially confirmed that they are indeed working on a new open world Star Wars game. But in this video, I'm going to talk about what I feel is the real reason for Electronic Arts losing this exclusive deal. Now, there's many reasons that you can list, of course, including the Battlefront 2 botched launch, but I think it goes even deeper than this, and I'm going to give you a reason or some information on what I believe really caused EA to lose that exclusive deal. And then if you didn't hear, Electronic Arts, EA, they have actually rebranded themselves and dropped the A from their name, and now they're just called E. So instead of being called EA, they've dropped the A, and now they're just called E. And I have the trailer for this right here that they revealed today, so I'm going to play that for you right now. So, obviously, that's a complete joke. Electronic Arts has not rebranded themselves, but I felt that was a funny video to play there. Feel free to share that with your friends. That was made by a user by the name of Virtual Essence on YouTube, so check that out. I thought that was a funny trailer that they made there. But let's dive into the video and let's discuss why I truly think EA lost their exclusive deal. So, here we go. Alright, so if we look at the history of Electronic Arts working on Star Wars games for the past 7 years or so, I think it's been. First of all, they haven't really released a lot of Star Wars games, We've only gotten some good ones until recently with Jedi Fallen Order, and then of course they started fixing Battlefront 2, which was great. I really do enjoy these games now. I absolutely love Jedi Fallen Order. I have a blast in Battlefront 2. I'm hoping to see a Battlefront 3, and then I'm hoping that they have even more Star Wars games in the works. We'll see about that. They did confirm that they are working on multiple Star Wars projects, but let's take a look at why they lost the license in the first place. Of course, Battlefront 2 having that botched launch did not do them any favors, of course, as we all know. But I think what really did them in was the moment they canceled Project Ragtag. And if you know about this, anything about this, Amy Hennig, ended up leaving Naughty Dog. And if you don't know who Amy Hennig is, she worked on a little series called Uncharted, which is an incredible series for the PlayStation, of course. And for a name like that to come over and start working on a Star Wars game is a huge ordeal. So when they canceled that game, I think that kind of sent major red flags over to Lucasfilm. And, according to what this says right here about Project Ragtag, right, if we take a look, it says Project Ragtag was a code name for an untitled third-person action-adventure video game. Then it says right here that Visual Games, who is working on this game, was shut down by Electronic Arts on October 17th, 2017, and the game's development was rebooted by EA Vancouver to become an open-world title. And despite this, the project was reportedly canceled. So just imagine that for a second. You're all excited to be working with Amy Hennig, of course. And then you find out that that's canceled, the whole studio shut down, and then they attempt to reboot it into an open world game, because my guess is at that point Lucasfilm was like, you know what, we're going to order an open world game now from Electronic Arts. And then for that to be canceled on top of that, again, that's reportedly canceled. That has not been 100% confirmed, but it certainly sounds like that's the case from the various reports out there. And this brings me to my next point. I think Lucasfilm was getting to the point where they were wanting so much, rightfully so, and EA simply could not meet their demand. So it was a supply and demand thing. So they were demanding and ordering so many Star Wars games from EA, and EA apparently could not meet their demand, obviously, in this case. And this sent red flags over to Lucasfilm, and they started realizing, you know, if EA can't make this open world Star Wars game that we really want, you know, who's next in line? Who is going to take on this challenge? And I'm guessing behind the scenes, talks immediately began with Ubisoft, and that resulted in yesterday's announcement of Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment working on their open world Star Wars project, because as you know, Ubisoft is well equipped to make open world games. They're known for open world games. It's their bread and butter. And if you think about Electronic Arts, you know, they've made open world games before with games like Anthem, you know, and so on, but they're not at the equivalent or capacity, if you will, I guess you'd say, you know, compared to Ubisoft. Like, Ubisoft has an entire portfolio of open world games. I mean, you can just keep on listing them. You got The Division, Ghost Recon, the new Avatar game is coming up, Assassin's Creed, it just, the list goes on and on. Watch Dogs. Like, Ubisoft, they are the masters of open world games. You know, they got Far Cry. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, you know, Lucasfilm was sitting there like, if EA is going to, you know, shut down studios and not deliver the open world game we truly want and not meet the demand, you know, and you know, provide what we're wanting, then we're going to go over to Ubisoft and, you know, start negotiations with them. And I think that's what happened. What do you all think happened? What do you think was the final straw that made EA lose their exclusive deal? Let me know in the comments, because I'm kind of curious to see what you think. Of course, the Battlefront 2 launch did not help at all. You know, the Battlefront 2 launch was an extremely negative experience for a lot of people. And I will say this, there's a lot of really good developers still at Electronic Arts, of course, and I'm really looking forward to Jedi Fallen Order 2. I'm hoping we get a Battlefront 3. I mean, Battlefront 2 right now, I'm having a blast playing it once again and revisiting it, especially after those teases from Iden Versio, the actress that plays Iden Versio, Janina Gavankar. So I'm hoping that that's a sign or a hint that we are getting a Battlefront 3 or some type of Battlefront spin-off game in the future. So we'll see what happens. But regardless, yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know, what do you think caused the whole exclusivity deal to go bad for Electronic Arts? And in the end, I think it's going to be a good thing for both EA and Ubisoft and future publishers and developers who decide to work with Lucasfilm Games, because as you know, when there's healthy competition, there's only one person that benefits. It's us, the gamers, the people that play these games. Because if Ubisoft releases a stellar Star Wars game in the next couple of years, what's going to happen is Electronic Arts is going to have to fire back with an even better Star Wars game, and hopefully that cycle continues where it breeds healthy competition. Same thing happens with the Xbox and the PlayStation. You know, that's why I always feel there should always be two video game consoles. There should never be a monopoly in the console business. So, you know, again, it develops this healthy competition amongst these developers. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments there. I'm kind of curious to hear what you say. And speaking of comments, let's take a look at the top comments from the previous video right now and see what everyone had to say about the open world game announcement from Ubisoft. So if we take a look at it right here, there was a lot of comments on it. Star Wars tonight said, Star Wars announces open world game. Me. More. And that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, give us more games. I want like a pod racer game. You know, I want like a bounty hunter Mandalorian game. I want a first-person shooter multiplayer game that's like Call of Duty style, but it's in the Star Wars universe. Please, just give us more Star Wars games. And then, let's see, Savage Rictator said, EA, that wasn't part of the deal. The Lucasfilm game says, I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. So there's some pretty funny top comments here, and feel free to leave a comment on this very video, and you may be featured in an upcoming video. And then 330 said, this is literally a dream coming true, and I totally agree. And then Synodus Gaming said, bro, I have been waiting for this for years. Same here. I've been waiting for some type of huge announcement like this. Excuse me. And I'm super thrilled that Ubisoft is now included in the mix of developers. So that's going to do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button once again if you did. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. And then also be sure to smash that bell icon to be notified of upcoming Star Wars videos and news. I'll be reporting on all the stuff that's happening. And until next time, may the Force be with you. Always.